Welcome to Cablevision HD. I am Complacent Badger,
And I am Gimpy.
and we're about to watch some Amazon and Deadhead action.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to watch. I can't wait to hear your take on it because I did not play particularly well. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, Jester's always a wild card, so you not playing well doesn't necessarily mean you're out, but if he plays really well, like he does, I'd say like almost on a coin flip, then you need to have all your ducks in a row. Uh,
He also did something that I did not expect here. I had explicitly said after the coin toss, like, I'm not going to do that thing I did against Jake because, or in that game, I thought that I was receiving, set
mm,
up a receiving defense, or setting a receiver, and then I was on defense. It's like, oh, I screwed up. So this time when I lost the toss, I was like, aha, I know what I'll do this time. I'll set up for a proper defense and not do that again. And Lester never receives the ball first.
mm.
Even when he wins, he still opts to kick. So I have this beautiful defense set up that I have to immediately take away because I'm actually receiving the ball.
Yeah, so that's interesting, and I've known other coaches that do that. It's not, for me, it's not very uncommon for people to do that. I think it's the old kind of NFL adage that you always want to receive going into the
In the
second
second
half.
half, yeah.
But as I think we've talked about it multiple seasons, especially with SK and I talking, that you really want those early hits.
Yeah, it's
It is,
especially against a team with two mummies.
yeah,
I don't know if I want to get hit first, but it's cool because some rocks get thrown and one of my mummies goes down immediately,
yeah.
as does one of my primary receiving ghouls, and none of his players go down.
And he looks like he's wearing boxer shorts.
Yeah.
So yeah, so obviously the again we're talking about like the kind of the common trend with Jester is like the plan goes well, but we not necessarily for the right reasons.
Yeah, but I mean, and it's always tough to tell people who are like, I don't think that was the right decision when it works.
Yeah,
That said, and we had talked about, I'm like, I don't know how much I like that decision.
yeah. He did go for the double longbow defense, which I do think is a good defense. I think it's very similar to my defense,
Mhm.
but it's I don't know. I've just never adopted it, even though it's really good.
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
I did
Maybe.
opt to not follow up with the mummy on the hit, and that was so I could have a little mobility with that strength 5.
Yeah.
And then just sacrifice the skellies and the zombie to the gods. Uh, Generally, you probably want to follow those guys up. I'm basically preparing for a cage that's never going to be ready. So
Yeah, with you dropping two players for that first turn, getting that mummy able to pivot to where she's these girls are gonna have to go to. I mean that's not the worst decision. I could see that because does that oof Wight with KO.
yeah,
So that yeah that mummy doesn't have anything yet. If we had guard, I would have thought that was a perfect plan, but it's this one unfortunately that has it.
yeah, the useful one
Yeah,
right now, and
yeah,
then of
yeah.
course losing another player, but two of them are going to stand back up and at a slight player disadvantage.
Yeah, it won't be terribly hard with a little bit of luck and effort to get that player advantage turned back in your direction. But right now, that doesn't help you with. But a quick blitz with that mummy, and you might actually be able to have a really good cage right now.
Yeah, he's got my receivers contained a lot, and I think I've committed at this point where I'm going to do some dumb bullshit trying to dodge them out,
Mm-hmm.
which is the only reason why I haven't picked them up because I'm like, these are low odds. We
Yeah.
may want to wait on this.
Are you gonna blitz with this zombie then to try to keep that cage? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I wanted to make sure that that mummy didn't go down.
Yeah, yeah.
And I will feed them skellies and zombies all day.
Oh yeah. Hello, Ghoul J. He loves getting KO'd, if I recall.
He does, and almost exclusively on dodges.
Yeah.
I believe Jester has a Twitch stream, and you can hear me so bitter because he gets I think I had 2 or 3 KOs this season at least
Mm-hmm.
of KOs from dodging,
Yeah.
and there were 4 pluses. That one may not have been though. That one might have been a low chance dodge, but still, I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Well, I think that one was a 4 because I think no, I think you were dodging for a 3 plus. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
All right. So not gonna be breaking the cage, but might get adjacent to you.
Yeah. Well, he's got a chance to try to break in on that backside because skellies and zombies are not going to be what keeps this drive alive.
Yeah.
And he does a great job here engaging in a perfect spot.
He moves the blitzer down there. Does this one go? Oh, that line woman has block. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Still opts to go at that angle.
Yeah, and then he picks the worst angle possible.
Maybe he didn't
there's
realize.
Guard on that one.
Yeah, maybe he didn't realize it. But I
think he said it was a misclick.
Okay.
During the game, I think he said he missed where he needed to be.
Yeah.
Which does make sense for that.
I would have gone through the back. That would have been my choice anyways, because that's an angle that gets me a little further from the mummy.
Yeah, as far away from that mummy as possible.
Yeah, because once those mummies are engaged, they're hard to get moving anywhere. They're kind of stuck.
Yeah, and we're seeing that here, where there's 2 of them on him, and that mummy couldn't go anywhere, so he didn't even bother to try to.
Especially with that dodge, you're only willing to apply one thing that's gonna put the Amazons down. So you got a 16% chance of doing what you want.
And there's another failed dodge with a strong work here.
Yeah.
And then I've engaged to basically give him the chance at the 1 die here, but I've got enough presence in that general area that I could probably delay it. Something terrible happens.
Yeah, a bounce here, low chance of it being awful. I think the worst bounce might be here.
But he lacks a safety right now, and I have a receiver downfield. Unfortunately, I also lack a safety because everybody in my backfield is down.
Well, he does have a safety.
Oh yeah, he does have a safety. I forgot about that one.
It's a line woman, not a blitzer, so it is definitely not ideal, especially against a ghoul. But so he does drop.
There's that ball popping loose.
Okay, that's not the worst bounce.
Yeah, that could have been worse for me, but that's a really good spot for him because he's able to get there without much effort at all.
It's probably the second worst bounce.
Yeah. And then, let's see, yep, and then he gets that double skull, so.
Yeah. Alright, so, looks like you're throwing, do you have plans for those guys in the backfield right now? The Skelly and the Ghoul, or are you just kind of a little heated right now?
I think I was just a little heated right here. I cannot remember if I had a real plan. Oh, I think I did. I think I was going to set it up so I could blitz, and then I misplaced my Ghoul.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So instead of getting a 2 die to try to free someone up off the ball, I was like, well, that was worthless.
Yeah.
So then I just made the mummy the blitzer. And he, of course, did exactly what I needed him to do, which was essentially push someone.
Yeah. For those mummies, man, like against an Amazon team, my primary, I know you got to work with what you got. You only have 1 functioning Wight right now, I think, right?
1 functioning Wight and 3 functioning ghouls.
Yeah. So my primary blitzer would be the Wight, just because he's got block. Ugh, Paul Schaefer. And let's see if he regens. Man, those regen rolls are doing you no favors this season.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a successful regen this season. But, it happens.
Alright, well, he's having to use his reroll there.
Yeah.
But he does put a Skelly down. Thick Skull saves him. Pen would have been actually would not have been a pen on a Zombie. So, kind of split.
But had it been a pen, then it would have been a KO, so.
Yeah, that's true. So, just, you know me. I like to keep an eye on that.
Well, we continue our eternal debate of zombies versus skellies.
Well, eternal debate. You got time for that.
Yeah. And now, if you roll down, I have 2 very eligible receivers right now.
And he is not engaged with you at all. Which is
I
not
believe
odd
I
choice.
actually had. I think I had the movement with potentially a go for it on that Wight to score. So I made the extra move to make it an easier pass.
Ugh.
So of course.
Terrible scatter launch too.
Yeah, about as bad as that could have gotten.
Rough.
But I felt like, he had so much presence in that area that felt like the best odds.
Oh
And
no, to me that was grade A, amazing, quick pass. Like that was nothing, and it just rolled and go. You even saved a reroll for it. Like there's not a lot you can do when you have a perfectly open receiver with a quick pass. Like it's things just don't happen. That's Blood Bowl, folks.
now we're in a position where there's a real good chance now he will score as long as he can pick this ball up.
But yep, he does pick it up. Let's see if he does a pass. He doesn't have his reroll anymore, so this is not great odds. We have a very sunny day. The throw was not affected terribly, but the catch, yeah, it just so happened that the rolls kind of evened out right after the turn. So, and the landing was not awful for you. It allows you to have two players immediately adjacent to the ball. Oof.
Yeah, the downside is that because I tried to that play, I have no players back here anymore. So
Yeah, that's
not
tough.
in good shape.
And there's not a lot of options you have right now, to be perfectly honest. You want to keep the ghoul as a receiver. You don't want to commit this ghoul until you know what the play is. And now you're kind of just using it to hang people from getting more players on that side of the pitch. You're at such a
At this point, I had basically committed one ghoul to be a receiver, and then I had even said, I think out loud, like, I have to be full defense here because I couldn't afford for him to score if
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
mean,
have any chance.
you're 3 players down right now. Like after that play failed, this drive you just ran out of steam.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I mean,
4
with this
players down.
team, oh, there was another injury.
Broken
At least it
jaw.
wasn't a dodge.
Yeah, it's unfortunate you're going to miss a ghoul for the next game, but you do have backup ghouls, so of all players to get it, I mean, I guess it would have been better for a zombie or a skelly, but
It's not the worst one.
no. The Wight would have been critical.
Yeah. Or a
Okay.
mummy.
Pickup failure, but the blitzer catches it, so it is a turnover. Or sorry, the line woman with block catches it. She does block, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not very nice to you, am I? Here we go.
Thank you.
Alright, so should be able to dislodge this ball fairly easily. Push, that works.
And the big thing here was just trying to figure out where to put the Wight and where to put that mummy. So I tried to put it where he gets them both off.
Yeah.
And then the mummy's in a place where he basically has to do a dodge into a tackle zone pretty much no matter what.
Yeah, the only thing that I would think might be better is if you can get this ghoul down there to hold this woman. And I think that's your plan. Oh, you know what? That's a fair plan too, because that guard mummy right there is making that hole plugged up. All right, I can get behind that choice. I think I might have plugged it right there to just reduce her movement for whatever he has planned, but it doesn't look like she's gonna do anything useful anyways.
Yeah. He did not have some. His positioning was a little off, I think, from
Yeah.
where I may have done it.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
that blitzer, that was not ideal. I think the play there, because the blitzer was untouched, there was no point in blitzing one dodge out and then a throw. Granted, you would have still failed the dodge, so it wouldn't have changed anything, but that is a dead guard blitzer. What's the injury that's going to be applied? Miss next game. Well, lucked out there.
that was huge. And anytime you can get something on a mummy, that's a win.
Yep, and that's still miss next game, so won't be here for this game either, which is really good for you. And SPP on your guard mummy, that's not the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, I think what I would have done there instead of what he did with, like, we talked about the blitzer and everything, he set up this person on the right who was far away from all the defenders, but not far enough down to really contribute.
Yeah, my play would have been, like I said, a quick dodge and a throw. That's all I would have done.
Well, if he had engaged with that mummy, he could have gotten a 2-die on that mummy.
Yeah.
So that's one less person. That opens up that whole right side to make that throw even easier.
Yeah, maybe. That could work too. I think it's one of those things that when you see a big guy, you kind of just don't even do the math. You're just like, I can't hit him.
Yeah.
All right. So looks like this drive is petered out. I don't think he's getting that ball to this player. And nope, she doesn't have the movement anyway. So that is a 0-0 for the first half. Hopefully
And
that.
this was something that he and I had talked about briefly, I believe. And we've talked, and you and I have talked about it with a lot of coaches. Even if there's one turn left, try to have one player in position to score.
Yeah.
Even if it's with go for it or something, but there's no reason not to give yourself a chance to score.
For those keeping track at home, that Skelly would have been penned if he was a zombie. All right. So 0-0 on that drive. It looks like you still down 3 players. Didn't get that 1 KO back. He's down 1 player, but the question is, does he have a replacement player like you did? 3, 4. Probably not, because he had loners. So that means he's going to be most likely at a 10. Yeah, 10 to your, were you 9?
9, yeah.
3, yeah, okay.
Setting up a defense with 9 is tough.
Yeah, you're gonna have some openings, maybe not full openings, but it's gonna be easy to break open.
Yeah.
I might have put those Skellies one out farther.
Spread them out a little bit more.
Just one space, just to make that lane a little harder to open up. But maybe that would have made it easier. I don't know. No, because even if they did a straight hit, it would still be in the way. I don't think it's going to matter, but we'll see. I will say, after everything that happened and the low pens that, or the lack of successful blocks and therefore low pins that the Amazons took, Jester made the really good call in receiving for this one, because you're not in a great position to defend against this drive.
Yeah, he's in great shape right now, and of course, when I have to receive the ball, I lose 2 players. When he has to receive the ball, he gets to put someone under it who can actually catch
Yeah,
it.
the high kick, yeah. So that's unfortunate. But let's see if he can turn this drive into a score. That's the important part, right? The rolls and the kickoff events are all nice, but it's really if you can do something with it.
And he's setting up heavily on that left side. He's basically just decided that right side's not really worth much. And that's not a terrible idea, as he's got that guard on that left side. Unfortunately, so do I.
Yeah, interesting that he actually engaged that Wight. Like, I get it, you're both block, but all that ghoul has to do is scroll over. But maybe you don't. Maybe he's banking on that blodge.
Yeah.
Oh, and the
other
ghoul
thing
doesn't even
here
roll.
is by making the decision to one die that player and push off and not follow, it allowed me to bring him over here, and that makes it that much tougher for him to work it out.
Yeah.
To me, he just helped me.
Yeah. So you're getting out from being...
We'll do a blitz here just to free that ghoul up.
Yep, and then you pick a better position instead of following up. I like that. He's kind of acting as waiting in the wing. And yep, as I said, like, it came right to... It was haunting. No casualty. Yeah. So that was his apothecary, eh?
Yeah, I think so. But he had a wandering.
Okay, okay, that's what it was.
So he can afford to do that and still not worry.
So he's out, and obviously you just have your necro. So there goes that blitzer. That's a huge loss for this team. The Amazons need their blitzers. They're the only positional that I think is desperately necessary on this team.
Yeah.
But he still has a guard blitzer, so. And there goes going to work. All right. So he's committing to that left side pretty hard. He's lost players on the right, so he's going to turn that one into receiver. I imagine you're going to roll that Wight back, or are you going to get aggressive with that Wight? That ball carries way the fuck over there.
I think I roll him back. But,
yeah, I think
at this point, I can't remember anything.
Actually, you know what? This is not a bad job for the Skelly to go support safety.
Yeah, I like a hippocampus, so I don't remember a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so the Skelly does exactly what I think. And you actually bring the Wight back, too. Are you getting aggressive with the ghoul now? Yes.
Very.
With the block and the high movement allowance, he's actually a better, and the dodge, he's a better blitzer right now than your Wights are. So that's not a terrible decision.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So bringing in that stun. Getting a push. Alright. So this wing's not holding up terribly well right now, but that body's actually doing you favors. It's making it a little more difficult to find a route, and that blodge really just made Jester's day a lot harder. Lane is open, but I think here comes some dodges to see if we can support that carrier. This is a good drive. Jester is doing a damn good job making it harder for you.
Yeah, I definitely think he's outplayed me this whole game.
Yeah, this is...
You know, arguments could be made for armor pens or block dice, but I mean, he's playing extremely well.
That move, there was no need to engage that zombie. That zombie was actually worse off over here unengaged. Rather, the zombie was if you would have stayed over there. So I don't think I would have made that step. What do you think?
I agree, because he made it a little bit easier for me to free up a lane and do things.
And I definitely, I guess dodging was fine there because if she's, but it's one of those risk-reward things, like keeping her there and at least having one of those guys throw 2-die might actually be better than having both of those players go over there.
Yeah, I might have left it, or I might have at least tried like a random blitz. Just tried something.
Yeah. It's tough in that position. You have dodge, so I think maybe my bet would have been on dodging as well. But there's so much to lose with dodge and staying there. It's a bad situation, but it doesn't make it worse.
Yeah.
Alright, so moving in there. Unfortunately got to push near the ball, which is never great. But you do get to black against that. Alright, do you have a guy down here? No. You're at a player disadvantage, makes sense. Alright. So just Ghoul City over here on the wing. That's what we're working with. Alright. So we're gonna get 2-dies on these players, which means he's gotta rely on a loner though. That's the part that sucks.
And the priority here for him was throwing those 2-dies, but those guys aren't on the ball. Like, I might have positioned even for a 1-die to try to push that Skelly off of it.
Oh yeah, over here.
Yeah, because guess what? That tackle zone was the difference.
Yeah. I was thinking about dodging with this player right here to blitz this zombie after doing all that, because I do agree doing these were important because the pickup I feel like there was a low chance of that actually working out well. I think statistically it was fine, but in my I guess experience and my superstition is that a pickup in the middle of a group of players just all even if there's no negative modifiers just always seems to go awry. But I would have tried to 1-die that zombie out of the way as well, especially since I'm playing with a loner.
Yeah.
Alright, so that failed pickup, I think, kind of turned that drive around. KO'd the loner out of the game. Probably not going to see her again. What are we looking at? Yeah. A lot of players pushed off the pitch, and injured and KO'd. Alright. So Jester has 5, 6, 7 players left on the pitch. You're rocking with 6, 7, 8, 9 still. It's not looking good for the old Jester.
Second half, those pen rolls switched hard, and that was the worst thing for him.
Yeah, you know, it's that AV7. It starts stacking, you know, and unfortunately, unlike an elf team, which can come back with only, you know, really only needing 2 players, Amazons, as we can see, don't have the skill. Definitely would have never gone for that pickup. Negative, like, you needed a 6 for that. And well...
That's a great spot for me.
That was really bad for you, right? Yeah, that was really bad.
That location is great.
Oh no, for you, but I'm saying now that you that bad. But that roll that just happened definitely messed
Oh
up
yeah.
it just completely turned it around now. So now this
Mhm.
is actually a decent pickup for a not too hard pass, but it is against a loner, but he's out of rerolls, so who cares? And the roll fails.
Yeah,
No.
I definitely got too ballsy on my turn, and I was like, I've got a plan. But rather than do my safe moves first, I just thought I could run away,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not how that works.
Yep. So that failed pickup saved you there.
Yeah, lessons will be learned here. You start seeing the proper moves first.
Yep. Mummy's on two mummies on the ball now. I don't think he's getting that ball ever again. It'd be tough. Not follow? Yeah, that's the move. And then grab it and run away. Hopefully a pickup actually happens this game. Final reroll. It's a pickup, everyone. Can you believe it?
No one can.
All right. There he goes, coming for you. It's a push. Not a bad play. Probably would have done the free moves first, but whatever.
I mean, he knows that that's the move he needs to make. Argument could be made. I mean, yeah, the free moves probably first, but
The
argument could be made because that's the only move that truly matters. You might as well get it out of the way.
yeah, I think I would have risked the go for it to tie up the school. What about you?
Probably, but I do have this other ghoul available, so even
Yeah.
if and he has the movement to get there.
Yeah, I know it's probably fruitless, but dude, just try. Just try.
Mhm.
Those ghouls are so good.
The moment they get blocked, they become a very legitimate player.
Yes. Yeah, dodge, movement allowance 7. That's a good player. Alright. Skelly just doing what he can. You just throw out stumbles this game.
Oh yeah, dude, stumbles and pushes with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
Looks like one of your games.
Yes. Except the stumbles are good for me.
Yeah. Well, for you, it's both down
Yes, that's true.
against block heavy players.
Yep, that is true. Ooh, Barry White. Okay, at least it's a badly. No regen for you, sir.
Yeah, I was like, it's fine. You know what? You can take that one. Get your 2 points. I don't have to play you again. It's
Oh
fine.
my god. That would have also pinned a zombie. Oh my god. Well, we just turned around this player advantage real quick.
Just in time.
Yeah, just in time for you to score and the game to be over. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Poor girl. Badly hurt, though. I think if you're gonna do that, you save the blitz for that anyways, right?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know why you like. I guess you could have rolled double attacker down, so it's not the worst thing to do. Nice job, Ghoul. Was this the first game Ghoul got?
It is.
All right.
Master Moose and I had discussed after because I specifically wanted Ghoul to be the one to run it down, so I could try to get as many Blodge ghouls as possible. And his preference is to get a level 3 ghoul as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I like my ghouls with sure hands at 3rd level. So I don't know if that 3rd level is as powerful as block on many ghouls. So I think I'm in your field with that. But I don't know. I'm also the guy that takes at 4th level. I always take sure feet with ghouls. So I'm weird.
Yeah, I mean, Sure Feet's pretty good. I actually kind of like on at least 1 or 2 goals sidestep.
Yeah, I think it can work, but Sure, I mean, sure feet just gets me down the pitch, makes those fast schools super fast.
It does. For me, I like sidestep because it allows me to, if I have to, use a two-man mummy cage down the sideline
Yeah.
without fear of getting pushed out.
Uh, there's a clear lean towards ones for the Hurt Locker, and I don't think they helped him on armor or injury.
Yeah. His percentages, I mean, his pickup percentage is atrocious.
Yes.
His dodges are pretty low, so that's probably where those two are. But his injuries are particularly high, so I guess he was just rolling poorly whenever it mattered.
Yeah, I think all those ones came on normal plays, and then all those threes came in for not when they were useful.
Yeah.
That was rough. Let's see his block dice, because he was hurting a lot of people. So those, he had significant amount of attack downs, a little low on the pushes, and he had a lot of defender downs. So I think
A
that's,
lot of pows.
yeah, that's rough. So you, pretty even spread, man.
Yeah, that's about what you can hope for.
Yeah, little weighted on both ends of the spectrum, but not so much that it's weird.
The armor percentage, though, not
That's
what I would hope for.
No, you got pinned a lot, so I think those sixes probably didn't actually play your game. I think that was exclusively armor and injury rolls.
Injuries feel high, the armors feel high, the dodges feel a hair low, but the big thing is I actually have pickups, and that was
Yes,
the difference in games.
yes. Block dice. Your block dice were basically all
Actually, yeah, almost
pushes.
perfect.
Yeah,
Uh, it just felt like I had so many defender stumbles. Uh,
I
but
think
I
I think
mean,
it's
it obviously
because
balanced out.
I think it's because every time it's applied, the dodge symbol comes up, so it draws your attention a lot more.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it is. All right. Well, um, yeah. I think for the Hurt Locker, I don't have a lot. I don't know if I saw enough of a normal game there to say that he did anything bad. Can you?
No, I thought, and we had talked about it day of. I think you outplayed me. You just got unlucky with those pickups. We each tried 6 pickups. You failed 5 of them, and I failed 3 of them, and that was the difference maker. There were a couple of choices that I may have done differently, but I don't think anything wrong.
Yeah, I don't think there's any mega. If there's been any game other than the game this week between Masrek and myself that I think that roles played enough of a factor to kind of blame it on that, I think this might be the second highest likely game that I would vote for that.
That said, at the end of the game, you did make the choice to try to go after that pickup when it was pretty heavily covered. Um,
Yeah,
and that one decision, like if there was a decision that cost you the game, it was that one because that ball bounced into the worst place for you. And if you had just left it and marked it, I was not in a position to peel off enough people to get that ball with confidence.
yeah, that's probably the case, and I think that's what it really comes down to is like we can throw around like rolls were bad, but I think that's the time where good choices and risk management need to be at their highest is when you're rolling terribly because when you're starting to do that slippery slope decline, that one bad choice can turn the game on its head, and that might actually be the one choice that broke the entire drive the other direction.
Yeah. And I didn't play perfect and you didn't play perfect, but if there was one choice that decided the game, it might have been that one.
Yeah, and you are seasoned enough that you made a lot of very careful decisions, marking the ball with multiple players, not playing to disturb the ball unless you had a really good chance at grabbing it, and it just so happened that it was the opposite on the other side.
Hmm.
But I think good game. I do agree that I think maybe Jester outplayed you a little bit, but as we said, one choice can completely split the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, good win. I think that was well deserved at least showing Blood Bowl basics.
Yeah. Well played, Jester. Your bad decision cost you poorly, but the next play I got risky and just didn't do my free moves, and that could have cost me. So
Yeah,
Great game, man, and look forward to see what you do the rest of the season.
Yeah, well done. We'll see you next time, guys.
Later.